and welcome back to the Average Boys Podcast here at Harlingen Fan Convention. Right now, we are with two very amazing ladies. We are here with Cathrine Sutherland. Nice to see you. And Nakia Burrise. How's it going? Did I get it right? Okay, all right. I got it, man. I'm really bad. Of course, in the culture that I'm in, we have a lot of weird last names. So, yeah, I get a lot of people. I had a little bit of trouble with Sarah Wiedenhef's name. We don't get a lot of German last names here, so I was real like, so I just wanted to get it correctly. Ladies, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Let us know where you're from, the franchise that you guys are a part of. So let's go.
Go on, Miss Cathrine. No, you go first, darling.
My name is Cathrine Sutherland.
Yes, it is.
I was the Pink Ranger.
No, she wasn't.
Often Zeo and Turbo.
She was green.
I'm originally from Australia. I moved here for the show in 1995, and I've been here ever since. I'm a mommy.
Hey, congratulations.
And I live in California. And Nakia and I also have a YouTube channel and podcast that we started called Power Rangers Playback and Super Chat with Cat Nakia. Check it out. And yeah, so
you didn't give us your social security number. Your home.
Yeah, let's not get that. Yeah, that's enough of the car insurance calls that we get every morning. And Nakia?
I'm Nakia Burrise. Most people know me from playing the role Tanya on Power Ranger Zeo, Turbo in the Turbo movie, but I have done work since then, guys.
a lot.
But it's so funny. It always comes back to Power Rangers. Right now, I'm currently recurring on a Nickelodeon show called Danger Force, where I play the mother to two superhero twins, which is so funny. Full circle. Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. How has life been during the, of course, during the lockdown for you guys? How has it been going? And of course, has that improved the idea and your life with your social media content that you guys are creating now on your guys' website?
You know, it was we started our YouTube channel. Hi, YouTube channel members.
Oh, they are. Yeah, we're here.
We started our YouTube channel last January, and we, came up with this idea when we were in Scotland at a comic convention, and then COVID hit 2 months later.
Wow.
And right before that, our initial idea for Power Rangers Playback was to watch Power Ranger episodes and talk about what happened behind the scenes. We're like, yeah, we're going to do that. And the first episode we uploaded, we got copyright claim.
Really?
And I was like, oh my gosh, we were just about to air the very first episode. So our first episode went from 20 minutes down to 5 minutes because I had to cut out all of the Power Ranger footage.
So were you guys getting hit with like the Saban company? Wow.
Well, Hasbro, I think, had bought it by that time. So it was the toy company in Japan, and Hasbro. And it tried to write them, and we're like, we were actors on the show, and it didn't matter. No. So, but the blessing in that is we had to come up with some original content because we were like, scrambling every episode, even if we put in, because they're like, you can use, what is it called when you change
fair use.
Fair use. Okay. Yeah, we would change it. Comments, add little people in it. It did not matter. Mm-hmm. So we came up with some additional content, and I think it's been fabulous because we have a game show called Who Knows It Best. It's Power Ranger Trivia. We have Power Cook-Off. What else do we have?
We have skits. We do live interviews with different guests. We've done watching shows, but with the guests. So we talk about their episodes and their seasons. What else have we got?
Our channel members have very much been influential in our content.
How it's building and stuff.
Yeah, because some of our skits, they'll give us skit ideas. We've come up with new characters. Yeah. So those copyright claims actually were a blessing because we were able to expand our content.
Yeah, and it was, during COVID, obviously everybody was locked down, so we were able to have a lot more time to invest in it and build the channel, and it grew very quickly. And and so now I think, now life kind of, once we got out of lockdown, it was like life sped up, and it's like a roller coaster, the Corona coaster.
Yeah.
And so we've had to adjust and make it work because now we're traveling more, and so we're kind of adding that into our channel a little bit more now. So yeah, it's fun. It's been really fun working together.
Yeah.
But what has it been creating your own production like that? Because I know that, of course, being in the movie industry and being in front of the camera is a lot different from being behind the camera. Doing the inner workings to make something production-wise and the editing and all that stuff. And I know you guys have probably gone to school for it. And no, you never went to school for that? Wow. So you're like me then. Oh man, we're gonna get along real well. Yeah, we're gonna get along super well. So how long? I mean, how hard has it been to get into the production quality of building something that you guys are doing now? Because like, I had the opportunity to really get into research. And me, I'm a first generation Power Ranger kid, of course. I was a martial artist. So, watching a lot of the Power Rangers growing up. And of course, my fascination with it kind of stopped after the first film. And then from there, it was like, yes, I knew the series still continued on. And I know who you guys are by what the characters are and vice versa. But I didn't really get into the stories too much past the original creation of it. And then comic book reading, the Mighty Morphin series has been totally crazy. Totally crazy. And then, of course, you have like Bat in the Sun, who goes off and does original piece skits of the characters. They work a lot with Jason David Frank. Did you get to come out in a fan piece that was done like that?
I did do a fan.
Yes, you did.
With Nerdbots.
There we go.
Yeah, they asked me. It was very last minute.
But still cool. Like nonetheless,
really cool stuff. They're kind of taking a lot of the ideas of the comics and making it work as a production. So. And
it's pretty solid. And I know that what is it? Jason David Frank's doing the Shattered Grid or Shattered.
The
Legend of the White Dragon. Yeah, so that's super exciting with the guys from Bad in the Sun. Bad in the Sun does an amazing.
They do.
They are solid when it comes to creating content creation. With you guys and setting up with your YouTube channel, was it when you guys were first starting off and getting into the production? Was it difficult? Like, was it something that you guys were kind of nervous about doing, or did you go right into it?
It's brand new for me. Nakia's produced things before, and she loves that. I'll let her explain that her side of that, but she's had a lot more experience with that than I have. But I love the creative part of it. Okay. I love coming up with ideas. I love playing around on camera. So I really enjoy that aspect, and I'm learning a lot through her on how to make things happen, because it doesn't come naturally to me at all. But it's been fun to kind of figure out, problem solve, and a lot of things come up. Like we really do. It's like a two-man show. We just recently hired an editor because Nakia was doing most of the editing, and it's a lot.
It's time consuming. It's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were talking about going to school for that. I went to school we were both before when we were on Power Rangers. I was at UCLA in the School of Film and Television. Okay. And she had also gone to a performing arts school. That was about the extent of that. But that's all the acting side, the production side. No, we came up. So we were talking about the YouTube channel. We were like, okay, so what are our roles going to be? So we had the editing and we had the social media. And I was like, well, you seem to be really good with social media. I'll do the editing. And what I can't do, I'll ask my 18-year-old son who knows how to do it.
Yeah, I ended up doing the same thing. I asked a bunch of the younger generation. They are so technologically savvy. Yes. It's amazing. And you never want to get, okay, I'm going to say I'm older than both of you. So like, I'm going to say I'm older than both of you. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to say you ladies look amazing.
Shall we compare age?
I mean, if you want.
Sure, let's go.
I'm 40.
Oh,
no. Way older. Oh my God, you ladies look freaking amazing.
We just turned 47.
Oh geez, you
ladies
look younger than I do. You ladies look a lot younger than I do. I feel like a worn tire, man. But you know what? Like, it's very weird because, of course, growing up, you guys are around the same generation I am. Like, we never wanted to be the person that looked at something and was like, oh, Facebook, that's cool. And then the kids are like, dude, no one uses Facebook anymore. Like, we're in that MySpace page, you know what I mean? Right. Like, we didn't want to be there. And I feel like we've gotten there because technology has changed so dramatically. Like, all the stuff that we're using with, like, even the podcast setup and even the setup we have right now, it's literally production quality like the way it was in the 90s. But now it's just, you buy it at Walmart or at Best Buy.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know, what kind of equipment do you guys use to run your guys' podcast? Yeah, I'm telling you, like.
It does not look like this.
It does not.
Really?
So, actually, would one of you possibly pick that up and just show the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And even show yourself so they know who we're talking to.
Hi, guys. What's up? Crispy from the Average Boys podcast. But this is our production quality. I have my Rodecaster Pro. All my Rodecaster mics and stands with the ladies right there. Woo! We got Alex over there. He's one of our dudes from Everyday Media, and we have a Brio Logitech, our M50, some floodlights, and we have our computer set up. We have our gimbals and over there, all that stuff. We have production stuff that, I'm going to go ahead and place this back so we've got you ladies in frame. Perfecto. Perfecto.
No, when we started our podcast, we did get some professional mics. It did not. When we got mics that were like to
lapels.
Mike's
got it.
And they just sounded
kept
awful.
popping.
Yeah,
The audio was.
It was terrible. So we just went back to our phones. We just use our phones.
Man, phones these days. Oh, I remember, ladies, you remember too, when phones used to try to get smaller and then all of a sudden they got larger and then it just got into the touchscreen scene. And nowadays they have 4K 1080p running off of the new iPhone 12s and, it's cinematic quality, widescreen stuff like that. It's super amazing.
Yeah. It is.
It's really, really amazing. It's really, really amazing. Me, myself, I use a M50. We have a little bit of production quality. We decided to jump in, I don't want to say it like that, but balls deep. We jumped in at it during the coronavirus. A little bit before that, I had a podcast for about 2 years prior, and we cover a lot of comic books, nerdy stuff. Like, I just like to talk nerdy stuff. But the idea is we also talk about the entrepreneur bone, which is like how when people want to start a business, you need a certain muscle or a certain bone to be able to get into it. Because if you don't have that first $100 you have to put on something, if it really makes you and breaks you, like, you're not for it. Like, you're not for it. It's a gamble. It's 100%. That $100, it can buy you 99 cheeseburgers from McDonald's or whatever. But like, if you're not going to be able to get that guarantee back, like, that's what makes an entrepreneur. So, that was the major concern about what we wanted to do. And of course, I wanted to be able to interview guests at conventions and humanize you guys, because a lot of us put guests on pedestals.
Yeah.
We look up to you guys, and I wanted to show them, of course, that you guys are easy to talk to. Like, we get a lot of people that, they get sentimental, and it's beautiful, and we love that. All the stuff that you guys have done in your past, like, you guys are, icons. You're icons of what you do.
Thank you.
And it's so impressive to know that out of the 7 billion people that are in the world, like, people know you by name. Like, your name is written on something and it costs money after that. That's impressive, like, to be able to recollect that. Like, there's people, like, in my situation where, like, we're at that very beginning where we want to get there one day, but we come from these cultures and these areas that we don't get that opportunity, like in the big cities. You know what I mean? So it's very, very, I'm super honored to have you guys on the show. And I love that you guys love Harlingen. I hear that you guys love to come down so much. You guys are always here. And
this is my first time here.
Really?
I've been down
Cathrine, yeah, I know you've been down here.
Yes.
So yeah, with Morphin Mania and all the other shows with Pete and stuff like that. So we really appreciate it. We really appreciate you guys to come down. And I know that during these troubling times, it could be a little rough because, of course, like, the travel is, there's a lot of restrictions now, and, it's a lot of rough on you, and we understand that, and we're really appreciative. How has been, like, Nakia, how's your time here in the Valley for you being your first time here?
It's been lovely. We got in really late last night, so I really haven't gotten a chance to venture. Yeah. So probably today, because I need to go buy a new suitcase.
Oh.
Because mine came down the conveyor belt open.
No.
And today I had to get one of the other male agents to come and, like, try to unzip, or we were going to have to cut my suitcase open.
Oh, no.
Because the zipper got stuck. But yeah, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole other episode.
Yes. And scene. It's been lovely. I have spoken to Pete a couple of times, but this was my first time actually meeting him. It's just such a lovely, lovely man.
He loves you guys.
Yeah.
He always talks about you guys. Well, but like we were going back to, we've had the opportunity to see your YouTube channel a couple of times, and I think it's such an awesome corner to be able to create something like that because of the fact that you have such a rich franchise that you guys are a part of, and your fan base is huge. You guys have one of the biggest fan bases when it comes to franchises. It's like rivaling, of course, the Marvel and the DC universe. Like, it's up there. Mm-hmm. But the thing is there's not really necessarily a corner that people can go to. So what you guys have created is you created a talking point, a center that all your fans can meet up with. And then not only that, you bring in other, actors and stuff from the franchise, other characters and other people. And you've even brought in Mike, the MMA fighter, and one of the other ones. And I'm a mixed martial arts coach, so I've seen that guy in several fights, and it's cool to see him from like Three Ninjas and like all this other stuff when he was younger. And I believe the younger boy that was
Blake Foster.
The
funny thing is we watched their fight.
Oh,
we actually have an episode coming up where we didn't realize that the fight was going to take 5 hours to get to actually get to them.
Oh yeah, it was rough.
So we had just finished a con, and we were talking to Blake. Well, because Blake is like our little brother.
Yes, of course.
And we've in recent years got to meet Mike. So it was, very hard. Because you don't want to root for one over the other, but then it's like we've known Blake since he was 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, we made a what do you call it? A watch party. We call it a watch party. And and I hope you guys tune in to watch it, because we show there's a lot of funny in it, because it was taking forever that we decided to exercise and brush our teeth, comb our hair.
Whoa, so you guys live fed the whole
whoa. Our in between moments, and we were like, what fight are we on? 5. Oh dang. It was fun. We have a whole episode. It's like 15 minutes. It's not a 5-hour episode.
Wait, by chance, did these guys fight each other?
Yes.
No, that's not the way they set it up. Did they? Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't know the promotion was going to do that.
Mike out.
No. I mean, well, Mike's a little violent dude. Like that guy, he's a little violent dude. Like that guy has a lot of experience.
Yes.
He has a lot of experience.
So Blake was the underdog.
Blake was completely underdog, but Mike had to come up in weight and Blake had to come down in weight.
I was going to say Blake's a big dude, man. Like when I saw the picture of him, you look at him in the picture and he's like just a big hulking man.
He lost 75 pounds and Mike came up 45. So, it wasn't, they would never have normally been in the same weight class, but Mike challenged Blake and they decided, shook on it and decided to do it.
Wow, man, that's rough. That's crazy.
We all thought, like, everybody was like thinking Mike's got so much experience. This is Blake's first fight. He doesn't have any jiu-jitsu. He's very new in jiu-jitsu. So it was.
I was just going to ask you if Blake had a record and if Mike, if you guys knew Mike.
His first fight. I think, when I think about the fight in itself, I think about the determination that Blake had.
Yeah.
Because he was so determined to shut mouths.
To prove
because
himself.
Because there were a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes that he was dealing with. Okay. And to me, it just goes to show when your mind is set on something, it's like you are just determined to get it done. Yes, he really, really did. I wanted to go back to something that you had said about the Power Ranger community and how our channel is contributing to that. Yeah. And I wanted to say, we have what's called channel members. We call them team members. And a lot of our team members, we have a Discord channel if you guys are interested in membership. And we say this because we know that there are some people that are still not, there's some of our channel members that still will not go to conventions because of COVID.
Of course.
That still cannot get to conventions because there's none that are near them. And so what our channel also provides is what is called, a Discord. Yeah. And our channel members talk 24 hours a day. Some
all
of them
the time. That's super awesome.
I own a comic convention as well called Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta.
Woo!
And we're going into our 3rd year next year. August was our 2nd year, and it was
amazing.
It was amazing.
Congratulations.
I would say that because we had a great turnout. Everybody had fun. Everybody made money. And so we're expecting it to be just as good next year.
Well, congratulations, because that's during a hard time in our lives.
Yes.
And then to be able to, we recently just had a convention a couple of weeks ago, and same concept. The person that had it had the mandated for everyone had to wear a mask. And of course there was scrutiny. There's always scrutiny. Like there's always people that are going to complain. For a lot of us, we're usually guests or we do something like that. Like we're cosplayers and we do things like that. Like we're there all day. And we just know that it was just going to have that opportunity to be out again, have fun, see people. Like putting on a mask. Like, I mean, in the first place, going and dressing up in cosplay is you putting on a mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's say we go to work and we, like I'm a martial arts instructor, so I just go in t-shirt and jeans. But like if I worked at a convenience store, I put on a uniform. But when we go to conventions, like we get to act as someone we're not. So when someone says, "Hey, dude, like just put on a mask or whatever for the convention," I'm for it. Like, go ahead, man. If that's what you're asking for, go for it.
Yeah.
Because I just want to be out again. I just want to get that opportunity. So, and you know what? They ended up having over 9,000 people show up to the event. That was impressive. Impressive. Yeah. So for you guys doing your convention in August, I congratulate you, because that, of course, you probably, with the idea
of know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't know what the turnout's going to be.
There was probably some negativity to you guys redoing something like that again. Maybe a part of the community was saying no. Really?
Redoing what again?
Like opening up or doing something like that, or like doing something.
Nothing but love and positive.
Excellent. That is so good to hear.
And
that is so good to hear.
Yeah, they had a lot of
Excellent.
safety protocols, and they had sanitizer around, and it was very well managed.
Excellent. That is super good to hear. Well,
what I was going to
congratulations.
say about the team, our team members are, those that don't have that outlet where they can't go to a convention or they can't meet up with other people that really like Power Rangers. We offer a Discord, and some of them even meet at my Comic-Con. Like some of them already bought tickets. They're going to meet up for the first time at Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta, Georgia, Sheraton, Atlanta, June 10th through the 12th next year.
Very cool.
But I just love that we're able to offer that. Like we didn't even know. We've learned so much through our channel members. Learned about Discord. Learned about Patreon. Learned about
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers
They
too.
school us all the time.
You're like Nakia Cat. No, that's not what happened.
That's not
We're like,
happened.
well, what happened?
That's not what the monster was called. It was not on that episode.
But it's so impressive because of the fact on how everything went technological during the coronavirus, and it blew up all of these opportunities. Like for yourselves, you guys are seasoned actresses, veteran actresses. You guys have come out in other TV shows other than just the franchise of the Power Rangers, and you've probably produced and directed and done other things also. So do you feel that with the opportunity that social media offers now, creating something and becoming a star is a lot more feasible for people around the world rather than the way it used to be?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, people are creating their own content, and it's amazing to see that, to see how much opportunity is out there. And it's very entrepreneurial.
yes.
I'm all for that. That's the one blessing of social media.
Yeah.
There's a lot of downfalls,
negatives.
but yeah.
Some of our friends that are they're really good on TikTok, really good on Instagram, and they have a lot of sponsors and all. I look at their videos, and maybe it's because I'm 47 years old.
I don't know what it is either. I'm horrible at TikTok.
I'm so exhausted. I'm like, I cannot, because you're carrying the camera around
Constantly.
with you all the time and have to be on all the time
And look good.
and I'm just like, this is me. I'm wake up sometimes with my hair combed, sometimes with it not.
I'm all chocolates all the time. I'm always wearing sandals all the time.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I'll turn the camera on to say something. I'm like, oh girl, no. Let's not do that today.
That's so funny.
So the thought of like, the camera time all the time, it's just, I don't know.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So then let me ask you guys, when you guys are not on your YouTube channel or creating content, what do you guys do? What's your hobbies that you guys are into? What's something that people they don't know that part of you, if you're able to open up about that?
I love Sundays, and I love
just like in general, like this is a day,
no,
just a day.
Because most Sundays, I try on Sundays to stay in my pajamas all day.
Nice.
Sit on my couch, stuff my face to the fullest with my husband right next to me, and we do it together.
Oh, I love it. Cathrine?
We have certain shows that we watch together. Yeah, I love it.
But she also is an incredibly hard worker. So she works like all day and like at long hours.
Oh, that's just T-Rex. Oh, that's that T-Rex. Oh God, that guy's been screaming all this week.
So it's good. It's important to let your body rest and have a day where you completely relax and check out.
Well, even with the aspect of creating, I'm telling you, he's been doing that all day, man. There's literally a dinosaur walking around outside. It's nuts, guys. It's nuts. A velociraptor, yes.
We're in the show La Brea, if you guys didn't know. It's on, I think it's on NBC. And
La Brea?
They go back in time. It's really cool.
Is it?
But yeah, it's like dinosaur. Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. I love that kind of stuff. I'm right now stuck on watching Netflix's You. So, oh my God, that show's crazy. That show is nuts, man. But yeah, that's what I'm stuck on right now. My roommate's got me watching that like crazy every day.
There's a lot of good content coming out. No, for me, I obviously I still have kids that need me a lot. I literally am like an Uber driver.
She is.
I am. Like from the moment I pick them up, I'm like,
she'll
live in my car.
Lay out the list. Okay, I'm gonna go take Lily here. I'm gonna go drop him off here, and then I'm gonna have to pick him up here, and
Yeah.
She just give every day.
It's super cool, and I'm not.
I love it.
It's super cool because like when we see you guys, like of course, a lot of your fans see you as your characters from the show. So to hear you talking about like your children and taking them and all this stuff, like the motherhood aspect, it's so cute. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just so cute.
Well,
Because
raising teenagers is not cute. But
oh no, yeah, no, I know the work is not cute. Yeah, I know the motherhood part's like rough as hell. But like,
I
but
love my children to bits. So that's they take up a lot of my attention, obviously. But we're really invested in building our channel.
yes, of course.
And I also write in between when I have time, which
Right.
is most amount of time
It's
right
rough.
now. And I love hiking, yoga. I love going to the gym. I love being with my family and my husband and my friends. And I like it the night. My husband and I have rediscovered Seinfeld. And at
Really?
night, we get into bed and we get all excited. He's like, "You ready for an episode?" We've never seen it. It's so funny. And he falls asleep all the time. So I'm surprised that he stays awake. But yeah, we've rediscovered Seinfeld.
I'm just making sure you guys are good on time.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. But no, I'm just making sure we're good. So other than your YouTube channel that you guys are running, are you guys on any other social medias like Twitch or anything like that?
We have just YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
We have a podcast as well.
We do.
So okay. Your YouTube channel covers a lot of your Power Ranger stuff.
Yes.
Your podcast though, what does it cover?
Personal.
Whoa, let me get it, girls. I need to hear some dark. I need to hear the gossip. I need the tea.
It started off in the first season. It was more interviewing people. So we did do a couple of. We talked about COVID. We talked about relationships. We had a couple where we kind of shared some more personal stuff. And our members and fans were saying that they loved getting that more of that personal stuff.
The personal stuff.
So we said, okay, for the second season, let's think about topics that we are interested in and that we would like to discuss. So we called it Empowerment the second season. So we had a lot of guests on that would talk about, we had a human trafficking human trafficking. She works for Our Rescue. She's in charge of aftercare for human trafficking victims. So we had her on. We had Jonathan Lipnicki on.
Yeah, I'll have him on in a bit. Interesting fellow.
Yeah, he's great. Rachel Brooks-Smith. She has her own radio. She's an actress. Yeah, we had the lady who runs Give Kids the World. We just had some really interesting people on that were very inspiring, and the story would kind of direct to something we didn't know about them, or like. It was really great conversation, and our final episode was actually about our COVID experience because we both had COVID a week apart. So
really, oh, you know what? You were supposed to come down that week or something, right?
No, I was supposed to be in Missouri for Cape Con, and I tested positive.
I do remember Pete being like, "Catherine got COVID."
Yes,
and I was like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, like he talks about you guys all the time. You have no idea."
Yeah, so, she got it, and then I got it a week after her. I was like, I can't let her have it by herself.
I can't let you go down, man. I gotta hold me up, man. Wow. And so, ladies, well, congratulations on getting through the COVID virus. I mean, some people are not as fortunate. I myself got it also a while back. Yeah. So it was a rough situation for myself. Not too bad. It was like a bad flu for me.
Yeah.
Of course, but everybody's experiences are a lot different and stuff like that.
You don't know how it's going to affect you.
Yeah. I saw online this individual I follow. He got it, and he ended up being like 5 days in, and he needed like hospital. And
that's what happens. It's between day 5 and day 8.
Yeah.
It happens. Her experience was much different. Mine was more severe than hers.
Really?
Yeah. I have a pre-existing condition, a lung. I've been in remission from a lung disease since 2009. So I have compromised lungs, and so it affected me.
Roughly, super intense.
Yeah.
Super intense. Well, again, congrats. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to put that as a congratulations, but like,
it's
I'm
a blessing.
Very blessed that you guys are still okay.
And so we felt like it was necessary that we shared our experience with people.
Yes, definitely.
But then also gave them some interesting facts or materials so that they. My experience was, I went to the hospital, got diagnosed, and then they told me to come back when my oxygen level fell below 93. That's all. I had to ask for my own chest x-ray. I had to ask, let's give you a blood test. And that's how most of the people that I've spoken to, that's how they're treated. That's how they're treated. You've tested positive. You can come back if your oxygen level drops. A lot of people don't have the little oxygen meter to even know, and so we were trying to give them some information on what to do, what to ask the doctors. Because I asked for a chest x-ray, got blood tests. A lot of people don't know that clotting can happen.
Yeah.
I was on blood thinners. I was on steroids. I had to have the monoclonal antibodies. I had to do all of that to get through COVID. And some people don't know how to ask that. And some people don't know that your blood can clot and you can die from a pulmonary embolism. So these are things that you need to ask. There's a D-dimer test. I'm going to say that again. There's a D-dimer test that I didn't even know existed. And it tests your blood to see if you have any clotting particles inside of your body when you have COVID.
Yeah.
Or even when you get the vaccine as well. Yeah. Because the vaccine can also do.
Yeah, it can kickstart that type of situation in your life.
It's good to get that test. My son just got the vaccine, and so I'm going to get the test on him as well, just to make sure, because
it's good information to be able to give, and it's good to get that information because of the fact that some people, of course, like you said, like don't know they can ask those questions. Yeah. But at the same time, like they don't know if those medical areas even offer those type of things.
Yes. Well, and also I think because we associate it with being a respiratory virus, I think it's a lot of people focus on the respiratory aspect of the virus, like the oxygen, pneumonia. But when she got the clotting, it was like I ended up getting a test myself because I wasn't sure how that was going to work. So.
Well, ladies, before we finish, are there any other projects that you guys are working on? Other than, of course, the million great things that you guys are doing. I'm not even kidding.
Well, we're working on selling a show.
Really?
Yeah, a selling a show idea that we've come up with. And we think it's a very, very great concept. So God willing, we'll be able to sell that show and we'll be able to talk to you guys about it a little bit more. If you're one of our channel members, you might hear about it a little bit more.
I was going to say, with the way you guys are running your YouTube channel, you guys deserve your own show. Aww. You guys really do. You guys are doing an amazing job. And like I said, the opportunity that you're giving to a lot of your fans is a blessing, and you guys are super big-hearted for doing it. There's so many different people and actors that have been a part of the franchise that, they could have started that, before you, or they could start something after you. But you guys are the pioneers of what you guys are doing in that. And I straight up think that's amazing. You guys are super awesome. I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate you guys for coming down and, risking your safety for coming to our beautiful city of Harlingen. I want you guys to, of course, give a shout out to your guys' YouTube channel and where people can find you. They already know. These guys, you guys know. But go ahead and drop it.
It's Power Rangers Playback on YouTube. We also have Power Rangers Playback on Instagram, Power Playback on Twitter. I almost said Twitch. Twitter. We have a Facebook page, Power Rangers Playback Facebook page. Our podcast is available on Apple, Google, anywhere you can find it. It's called Super Chat with Kat and Nakia.
Cute.
And we have a website.
We do. Guess what that's called? Power Rangers Playback.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are always on cue, man. I feel like super bummed out. I'm like, man, I'm not that good yet. That's really good. Ladies, again, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate you guys. Everybody out there in the Q&A, thank you guys for tuning into the show. Thank you for tuning into Harlingen Fan Convention and joining us here on the Average Boys Podcast. We'll see you guys again in our next interview. Laters.
And thank you for having us on. Yes. And I have to say, you really blessed us with all of the wonderful things that you said.
Oh, you're blessing. You guys are blessing.
You're honored to be
Thank
here.
you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I just want to give you guys some great stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. To those of you that,
jump in with us.
Yes.